It's interesting because I've always known Christ, basically. I was raised in the Baptist church from as long as I can remember. And I didn't really have a whole lot of influence on where I went. It was Baptist a lot. And then when I got older, Mom and Dad let me choose where I wanted to go. And it was First Assembly, and it was based off of music, and learned how to play the drums there, and a bunch of the techie stuff that I have, that I do now. I learned there when I was 10 or 11. But I was always looking for like a role model, somebody to kind of help, guide me, and never really got that really. A few years later, freshman year of high school, a friend of mine died. It was pretty tragic. There was no explanation. He fell off a cliff, and nobody could explain it. Nobody could give me any answers. And I pretty much at that point decided to make a conscious decision to turn my back on God, basically. Knew he was there, just didn't care. Got married right after high school. She already had a 1.5-year-old daughter, who's still my daughter today, named Anna. I shouldn't have gotten married. I knew about it, knew I shouldn't. It was a bad decision, but I liked the idea of being married so much, didn't really care. So moved to California, and everything just fell apart. And did a lot of things I shouldn't have done, a lot of things I'm not proud of. It was when I knew that my marriage was failing, I decided to have as much fun as I possibly could. We'll just sort of leave it at that. Decided to leave, which was the hardest thing I think I've ever had to do. And took a Greyhound bus from Monterey back to here. And longest 3 days of my life. That was horrible. And then when you're on a Greyhound, it's not only you that's got a problem, it's everybody else that's got problems too. So you hear about all of that on top of your own stuff. So I got here and I was pretty beat up, pretty broken. And somewhere along the line I met Christy York. Ended up working at Disney with the job that I have now, moved to Chicago. But during that time, Christy and I had some pretty rough patches. I wasn't the nicest guy, doing some, it was pretty stupid. But the job opportunity landed us back here. We got a chance to work in Indianapolis. My dad got hurt here at our house visiting us, and the whole idea was for us to come here to church and go back, but he forced us to come. He stayed at home and watched the dogs. And it was after that service that Johnny reached out to me, noticed some of my background with AV on Facebook, and asked if I would, come in and take a look at some things. And everything kind of started to change. Started finding out that maybe God wasn't quite so angry. Maybe I wasn't right. Maybe trying to control things wasn't working out for me. And so it's here that I'm learning how to kind of try to get out of the way, accept God in my life more, let him take the wheel. And through all this whole process too, Joe introduced us to the fostering program, and we're now on our 4th placement. 2 have left and have gone home with Mom and Dad, and they've been introduced here to the church and have come here regularly. Their aunt was baptized here, and we get to be active in their life, so we get to see that side of things. So it's pretty cool. And then it's a tough job, but with our community that we have here and our friends here, this is where we should be, and this is cool.